have seen the void, and it haunts me. Follows my vision.
What's the word, Source Hunter?
The sun.
We are haunted by the same vision. A family of Zandalor's servants. Why, yes. Yes, he spoke often of a faithful trio in his employ. He said he'd trust them with his life if it came down to it. Take this ring. It will mark you as my ally.
I am at your disposal, Source Hunter. Oh, that dear, but he had been somewhat...
Our friend, how can we help you? That ring! Hikara's blessing! Zandalor has the same. I'd recognize it anywhere. So the White Witch sent you, did she? I should have known she'd not sit idly by while the world turned topsy-turvy. Zandalor's message is as such. He's gone to the Source Temple in the Phantom Forest, and he wants her, or I suppose you, her messengers, to follow him there. In order to enter the forest, you'll need an amulet. He stored it in a small chest near his personal waypoint. Once you're inside the forest, you'll need to find the forest spirit. This spirit will give you the rune you need to enter the Source Temple. But first things first. If you want to get inside Zandalor's house, you'll need to use the portal in this very room. I've the crystal you need in order to activate it. Still, entering the house will be the least of your worries. Zandalor himself has called forth every manner of protection to discourage would-be intruders, and you will have to defeat them all in order to reach the bedroom. Now, the last thing he said doesn't make much sense to an outsider. Perhaps you or the witch will manage to make better sense of it. He said, and I quote, "She is coming. I only hope I can reach the temple first. If she finds the portal..." He didn't finish after that. Before you go, perhaps we might impose on you, well, a favor, you Source Hunter. We need a way out of this place. It's only a matter of time before the savages upstairs find us, and trying to leave through the village is as good as suicide. But Zandalor has his own means of travel, a waypoint shrine in his own chambers reserved for his personal use. If we could only get there, we'd be able to flee this place lickety-split. The only trouble is what I've already mentioned. The wizard's house is rigged from top to bottom. If you'll be disabling its defenses, we'll slip through without problem. Good luck, Source Hunter, and unimaginable thanks from me and mine.
Where am I? Is this real? I feel as though I've been living in a dream. I was bathing myself, as I've done a million times over.
I can't move! Demon's breath, I've been paralyzed!
Curses! I'm stuck! What just happened? I am powerless to act!
scroll of revelation? There must be something of some value hidden here.
I feel like I've been set in stone.
It doesn't seem to work here.
I feel like I've been set in stone.
The inferno devours me. On the mend!
Now this is valuable.
Stitch of time, hey, my friends? Back on my feet again.
Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's the grandest dame in town? What a horn-loving dog you are! I won't hear such nonsense. No. Treasure, treasure. I suppose if you're titillated by the brutalization of our beloved language, Nadia's the proper choice for you. Treasure, treasure. That carnivorous farmhand. Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's that carnivorous? Treasure, treasure on... I suppose if you're titillated by the brutalization of our beloved language... Treasure, treasure. What a horn-loving dog you are. Treasure, treasure on the ground. What a...
It doesn't seem to work here.
Source Hunter, you stand at the very doorstep of dreaded Phantom Forest, and before you enter these woods, I need to tell you something. Something about me and Cassandra. The first thing you should know, my friend, is that I am not a human. I am in fact a true cat. At least, such was my start in life. I will tell you all, and all begins with Cassandra. Her tale is not a happy one. She was kept like a prisoner in her brother Brachus's castle, locked up alone in a tower like some fairy tale princess. One day, though, I came along. A young little tomcat that climbed up the branches of a tree, reaching her window. She was kind to me, fed me well, and petted me to my heart's content. But her loneliness drove her to do more. She was a sorceress, you see, and with her magic gave me human consciousness and a voice to give it expression. We talked the days away, content to know one another, but once more, her loneliness drove her further. One morning I woke, and to my horror, yes, horror, I was a man. A cat no longer. Don't worry, she assured me. You can be your own self still, but here with me, a man you must be. Despite my confusion and apprehension, I admit it didn't take long for me to enjoy the newfound pleasures of a newfound existence. I loved her truly, loved her deeply. But then her brother took her, and when she returned, she was a lich, twisted and vile. In terror, I recoiled, fled our tower, and was soon discovered by Brachus's sentinels. They dragged me to the Mad King. So enraged was he to discover she had loved another that he feasted all his wrath upon me. All that is sweet and good in life ceased for many long years. Yet, despite it all, I loved Cassandra still, remembering the woman that was. So when the Source Hunters came, I wasn't simply liberated like I told you. No. I searched for Cassandra and, knowing she'd be executed on the spot, helped her make her escape. I, Hunter. I helped a sorceress lich escape. And that is the very reason I'm divulging all this. To warn you that she is here. Yes, it is true. Cassandra is the phantom that gives Phantom Forest its name. Don't I know it, Hunter? No cat would make such mistakes. Its instinct is perfect. But the other part of me, my humanity, made me frail. And fail. Humanity. Oh, how I hope, imperfect though it may be, that a glimpse of humanity may still lie buried beneath the lich Cassandra is today. Be that as it may, stand ward that she possesses phenomenal powers, and that she is impervious to the sting of sword or sorcery. I haven't laid eyes on Cassandra in many ages, Hunter, and I fear for what you may find. Fear for what I may find.
What a tale that was. A cat turned human, soon swept into all kinds of misery for all his troubles.
Just goes to show no animal should be given the brain of man. Look at what he caused by aiding Cassandra. A forest of death and depravity.
Yes, he has blundered dreadfully, hasn't he? He set a lich free, and now it's up to us to face her ghoulish music.
Infini. Comment combler le silence éternel de ces espaces infinis? Comment combler le silence éternel de ces espaces infinis?
Ah, je crois que le message est clair, hein. On s'en fout.